Welcome to this explainer. We've all been there, right? That universal feeling of dread when you're staring at a restaurant bill or trying to scale up a recipe and suddenly you realize you have to multiply a massive number in your head. Your brain just kind of freezes, you fumble for your phone's calculator, and the moment is totally lost. Well, what if I told you that doesn't have to happen? Today, we're unlocking a literal cheat code for your brain. It's a lightning-fast solution based on ancient Vedic arithmetic, and we're going to completely rewire how you tackle doubling and halving numbers. Let's get into it.
Okay, let's dive into this explainer's agenda. It's basically a 5-step journey, kind of like leveling up in a game. We'll hit 1. The secret of proportion. 2. Mastering the doubling technique. 3. Using deficiencies for speed. 4. The rules of halving. And finally, 5. Advanced partitioning and division.
All right, starting off with Section 1, the secret of proportion.
So, the specific techniques we're exploring today all stem from a Vedic arithmetic sutra called Anurupyena, and that translates simply to proportionately. This one little word is absolutely crucial. It's the guiding principle for every single mental shortcut we'll cover. Basically, it means you don't have to tackle a massive, intimidating number as one giant block. No way. Instead, you look at its proportions, break it down into bite-sized, manageable pieces, do the simple math, and just snap it back together, like a giant puzzle.
Moving right along to Section 2, Mastering the Doubling Technique. Let's hit Level 1.
Now, what's really interesting about this first step is just how effortless it is. When you're dealing with numbers where no single digit is bigger than a 4, doubling is basically a freebie. Take the number 23. You just multiply each individual digit by 2. 2 becomes 4, 3 becomes 6. Boom, 46. Or look at a slightly bigger one, 421. The 4 becomes 8, 2 becomes 4, 1 becomes 2, 842. See? You aren't doing heavy lifting or complex multiplication, you're just doubling tiny single digits right in place.
But, not all numbers are that small. When digits get bigger than 4, we have to start carrying to the left. Let's do a quick mental challenge together. Try 685. First, we double the 5 to get 10, so write down the 0, carry the 1. Next, double the 8 to get 16, but don't forget to add that carried 1, making it 17. Write down the 7, carry the 1 again. Finally, double the 6 for 12, add the carried 1, 13. And just like that, step by step, we land at 1370. By visually chunking the math, carrying numbers to the left actually becomes a total breeze.
Now we're ready for Section 3, Using Deficiencies for Speed. Time to level up again.
Let's look at the number 39. If I put you on the spot and ask you to double 39 in your head, you might pause for a second, right? But think about it. 39 is really just 40 minus 1. In Vedic arithmetic, this trick is called using a deficiency. And honestly, manipulating 40 minus 1 in your head is just so much easier than trying to wrangle the rigid, awkward block of 39. So the crucial point here is that we can just apply our doubling to the deficiency instead of the messy original number. If you want to double 39, step 1, just double the 40. That's an easy 80. Step 2, double the deficiency, that little 1, to get 2. Step 3, subtract the 2 from the 80. You instantly get 78. Seriously, doubling a nice round multiple and subtracting the double deficiency saves you an incredible amount of mental friction.
All right, let's flip things around for Section 4, the rules of halving.
Much like our very first doubling rule, if you've got a number made entirely of even digits, the process is instantaneous. Check out 824/6. We literally just divide each independent digit by 2. The 8 becomes 4, 2 becomes 1, 4 becomes 2, 6 becomes 3, 4123. It happens at lightning speed because your brain isn't sweating over 4,000, it's just effortlessly halving single digits.
Okay, but what if you've got an odd digit followed by a 0? Like, say, the number 30. Well, odd numbers with a trailing 0 will always end with a 5 when halved. We can visually break this down really easily. 30 is just 20 plus 10, right? Half of 20 is 10, half of 10 is 5. Add those together and you get 15. Seeing the math visually mapped out like this totally removes the guesswork.
Now notice this 0.5. I really want to emphasize this because it's a huge rule of thumb. Anytime you're having a number that ends with a final odd digit, it will absolutely always require a decimal fraction, every single time.
Let's move to a real example and see how this builds. We're going to have the odd number 17. Now, because every odd number is exactly one more than an even number, we can just split it right down the middle. Step 1, treat 17 as 16 plus 1. Step 2, half of that even 16 is an easy 8. Step 3, half of 1 is our old friend, 0.5. Step 4,
Combine them, and you get 8.5. It's effortless mental halving just by finding the friendly even number hiding inside the odd one.
And now we've arrived at the grand finale, Section 5, Advanced Partitioning and Division. Welcome to the boss level.
All right, here's your challenge. I want you to have 74,329. I'll give you a brief beat to just look at that number, try to start solving it in your head. Feels pretty heavy, right? Your working memory is probably already getting totally overloaded, just trying to keep track of the thousands and the hundreds. But don't worry, we have a trick for this.
Do you remember the Anarutya Yapana Sutra from the very beginning of the explainer? Proportionately. We absolutely do not have to look at this as 74,000. We can physically slice the number apart into manageable proportions. Let's just partition it into 3 distinct chunks: 74, 32, and 9. By partitioning it this way, what looked like an impossibly scary mental division problem is suddenly highly approachable.
Now we just quickly run through and halve each individual chunk using the exact skills we've already leveled up. Half of 74, that's 37. Half of 32, a clean 16. Half of our final odd digit 9, well, we know that requires our decimal fraction, so that's 4.5. By doing this, you've essentially done all the really hard work in small, easy bursts.
And this brilliantly illustrates the true power of Vedic arithmetic. We just slide those halved chunks right back together. 37, 16, 4.5. The final combined answer is 37,164.5. Literally no sweat. You just halved a massive 5-digit number in your head in seconds just by treating it proportionately.
So we've essentially upgraded your brain's operating system today. We moved from basic single-digit doubling all the way up to advanced partitioning. But knowledge is only powerful when it's actually used. So I'll leave you with this final thought. How will you apply the Anarupyena Sutra to speed up your daily calculations tomorrow? The very next time you're staring down a dinner bill, scaling a recipe, or figuring out a store discount, I want you to confidently test out this cheat code. You might just surprise yourself with how fast your mind can truly be. Thanks for joining me for this explainer.